Donald Trump just leaving the courthouse after spending 5 hours waiting for the jury to decide his fate. Good evening, I'm Norah O'Donnell, and thank you for being with us. Day one of deliberations is done, and there's still no verdict. But the jury did send 2 notes to the judge. The first was a request to rehear key testimony from 2 central players in this case, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker and Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen. They specifically want to hear what both men said about a Trump Tower meeting where Pecker says they came to an agreement with, quote, Trump himself about a scheme to kill negative stories about him, among other pieces of testimony. The jury wants to rehear those instructions from the judge. Those are the only clues that we have about what is happening inside the deliberation room as the jury weighs a historic decision whether or not to convict the former president. CBS's Robert Costa was inside the courthouse, and he will start us off tonight.
Donald Trump's fate is now in the hands of 12 New Yorkers.
Mother Teresa could not beat these charges.
The decision is up to the jury of 7 men and 5 women. Among them, 2 lawyers, a teacher, and a banker, sequestered in a jury room just feet from the courtroom. No cell phones allowed, but they have access to a laptop containing all the evidence.
What's it like being inside the jury room?
It's a pretty extraordinary experience because you have people from all walks of life, all kinds of different diverse backgrounds who are now charged with making this very important decision. They're also, quite frankly, very aware that the world is watching them.
The jurors were given strict instructions by Judge Juan Merchan to set aside any opinions and bias in reaching their verdict. He laid out each of the 34 counts Trump faces and pointed to documents related to the payments to Stormy Daniels. 11 invoices from Michael Cohen, 11 checks, 9 of them signed by Trump, and 12 entries in the Trump Organization's ledger. The prosecutors say those were reimbursements for hush money. Trump's lawyers say they were legal expenses. If convicted, Judge Merchan could sentence Trump to serve up to 4 years in prison or impose a sentence of probation with no jail time.
How long could these deliberations last?
There's no real telling. There's 34 charges here, so they have to come up with a verdict on each of these charges, so it could take a while.
To find Trump guilty, the jury would have to unanimously decide he acted personally or with others to falsify business records, and that he did so with an intent to defraud, while also intending to aid or conceal another crime.
I would predict that they would spend most of the day tomorrow going through the evidence and trying to come up with a verdict and potentially come up with something Friday afternoon. But you really never can tell with juries.
As you noted, all eyes now on that August 2015 meeting, a crucial meeting at Trump Tower, where David Pecker pledged to be the, quote, eyes and ears for the Trump campaign and set up an alleged catch-and-kill operation to help Trump. The jury clearly wants to review that testimony before they issue a verdict. Norah.
Robert Costa, thank you for being there.